Yes, absolutely.
Well, hello again, everybody. My name is Malcolm. His name is Claret. Welcome to another edition of the game today. Um, yeah, this it's been a long time since we are here together, but as always, it's always fun to see you again. It's always fun to talk ball, and yes, the playoffs have been exciting. But before we get into how the Warriors lost today, because it's going to be the main focus of tonight, how the series is now tied at 3-3 Warriors Rockets. But before we begin, guys, thank you for supporting us. Whoever's watching right now, don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to follow on Instagram, and to comment. But thank you again for watching the game today. By your boys, ball knowledge guys, your analysts, your one and only commentators. Anyways, Claret, my co-host, how are you doing, mate? How you feeling? Drowned,
I'm going
disgusted,
down,
you
mate.
know, anxious. Which
I am
adjective today, tonight?
anxious. I am everything that has to do with somebody who is really, really not happy with what's going on generally. Anxious, obnoxious, all sorts of things.
Guys, for context, Warriors have lost today again, and then they had like the break. In tennis, in tennis when you're serving, you serve and you get a point. Then someone returns. Then you go 1-1, 1-1. But if
Yeah.
someone loses, if you serve and you lose a point, and the guy serves and he serves and wins his point, then he goes 3-1 up. It means he has held his serve. So the Warriors actually held serve. They took a game. I think they stole two games. No, they stole two games from Rockets. So the Warriors went into tonight's game. I mean, yesterday but one's game when they're 3-1 up, they lost the game, lost tonight. Now they're 3-3. The Rockets live to fight another day. They pull a game seven. But what happened? What happened over the past two games? What happened? Because it seemed that the Warriors were the overwhelming favorites of a young Rockets team, a young athletic team. But what's happening? What's happening? You better not fumble this, or because it's not gonna look good. It's not gonna look good.
Bro, I don't even. But can I defend the Warriors just a little bit?
Sure.
So
I'll
people
paraphrase for the
are.
public.
I
Can I make
know.
some excuses? I'll paraphrase for you guys. Can I make some excuses? All right. I'm
Well,
paraphrasing.
that's cool if you wanna call it that, and I'll finish with it. Let me not
Yeah.
start with that. This will screw up the whole video we're doing right now. But I think about it. The Rockets are punching first, and when they punch first, they're making the Warriors play catch up. But you're not gonna play catch up because you now want to play fast, and that's what the Rockets wants you to do,
Mm.
right? They want you to run. They want you to push the ball because that's what they like. Transition ball is theirs because they know they'll get offensive rebounds if you hit the long threes and stuff. So they're making the Warriors, they rushing them. And then the other thing is they're just bigger. The two big lineup in Steven Adams and Sengun is killing the Warriors. And I heavily criticize their coaching staff because they are trying to live in this mantra that they can just outshoot every team, right?
Who?
Instead of
Warriors, eh?
Yes, instead of matching up, like the Lakers, you guys, you had nothing to match up the Wolves. Like your bench is not there. Like you don't have you look at your bench. The only next person about that you could have called on was Dalton Canete, Rocky, or Brownie.
He wasn't in the squad in the rotation for the playoffs.
You didn't have, but for us, I'm looking at guys sitting on the bench and they are giving them DNP. Here I'm referring to Jonathan Kuminga
Kuminga, yep, I was going to talk about
and
it.
Tristan Jackson Davis. DNPs every goddamn day, right? And tonight I was so furious because they looked so small, tried to shoot threes, contested threes, forcing Steph to use that broken wrist to shoot threes instead of going the old school, right? Let me beat you with my own defense. Let's use Jimmy with his scrappy offense. 2 points when you're not giving up two in the other side wins you a game. attempts for 3 points to win the game with that, thinking that you going to win just with the five and let them score the other side because they're bigger than you, it just doesn't work. So their coaching staff has been terrible. It has been absolutely. I'm looking for a word and I can't find one because you can't tell me that some and look, you watch the NBA. You are very familiar with Jonathan Kuminga's game. He is tall. He can jump. He is young, just like the Rockets. Trust Jackson Davis, same thing. So to me, when you're playing three guards, when they're playing four wings and one guard, it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Like, so literally you want Draymond Green, who is 6'6", if not 6'7", and a good day, to go against two 7-footers. When you have youth that is 6'9" and 6'10" that you could put out there, and instead of going for your threes, let them play in the half court offense and just go for the twos. Get fouled. I don't get it. I don't understand this coaching stuff. It doesn't make any sense. And you're riding with these 35-year-olds, 75-year-olds in Draymond and Jimmy and Steph when you have 19-year-olds on the bench who can play, who have proof to play. And of course, you have won games with these people you play. It's people make adjustment. They have made an adjustment. You have tried the uh, Adam Hacker. Do you know the Adam Hacker?
What's that?
Like they
Oh, yes, 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 yes. I actually just realized it last game when I watched the end of the game. Bro, like literally, I had actually not thought about that. Literally, if a big is dominating, you can literally foul the guy until they stop, and because they don't make free throws until they get out of the game. I was like, why are Warriors fouling off the ball? And then because I saw Adams was
yeah.
dominating, and I was like, why are they fouling him? And then I got to realize that he's actually not a shooter and he has to be subbed out. And I was like, that is actually very, very, very smart. I don't know, I didn't think about that. But today, when you guys tried it, like he was making the
He
free
was
throws,
making all of
and,
them.
and the game was already like 15 points up by
You
then.
know,
So
so I don't see what is wrong with their minds. I just think they
you see,
have a problem with
bro, they
Jonathan.
tried that on Giannis, the Phoenix Suns, bro, in the NBA Finals. Giannis made them pay, bro. He practically was
So,
like 80% from the free throw line. He made them pay
so
big
if
time.
you like down one, that's cool because he can make
Yeah,
one and miss the other, and
like
then
last
somehow
game.
you're down two, right?
We saw last game they had to sub him off in
Yeah,
the in the, in the
because
final
because
minutes.
the game was like this. And
Yeah,
again, guess who was in the game again in that game? Jonathan Kuminga,
he didn't
right?
play.
No, no, the game before that one, they also
Mm.
did it. They have been doing it the whole series. Like
Yeah.
literally, every time Adam comes, they just send in Rooney, foul, 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 foul until they sub him out. Rooney goes out, they play freely. But
Yes.
tonight,
I
the game
just thought
got out of
about
hand,
it.
and by the time they started doing it, and look, we are clearly not the better team here. Like you think about it, there is like I realized it tonight. There is a reason this Rocket team is the second seed. This is the
Yeah.
excuse I'm trying to make. Like, I know we are experienced and all that. There is a reason we are the seventh seed and they are the second seed. And I realized that tonight. What I mean by that is that when Steph Curry was taken away and Jimmy, Pajemski will make a three and no one else will make anything. Moody will come and make a three and it will be like they will score like 5 or 8 and nobody scores on our side, right? So there is a reason why they are the number 2 seed. Jabali Smith Jr. has been unstoppable. Every time he comes in, he doesn't miss. Like I think he's shooting
And
about
the
70.
shots he's making are very demoralizing because he made
He,
two big shots when the shot clock is going down, eh? And then he made two big shots, and that's very demoralizing. Like you played good defense for 23.5 seconds, and someone is just making those tough shots, especially if they're 3 pointers. You're like, golly, what else can you do? You gotta defend for that point 5 more seconds. And like I struggled with that a lot with Davinham. We will play good defense for 23 seconds, and then the final second we just that's
no,
more
but
than like
again, think
it
about
feels
it.
more than 2 points,
It
eh?
it comes back to Steven Adams because the whole defense is way deep for the rebound because Steven Adams, it takes the whole team to get him down.
This is probably Steven Adams' best playoff performance in his career. Like the numbers are not there, but the effectivity, the efficiency of how he played, he was absolutely amazing.
OKC back in OKC where he was still a little way even dominant than this. Like now they can do the hack Adam before they couldn't because it was But this is better. This is really
He's
good.
played so well this series. He's played so well. Even last game, the hacker thing that you tried before then, he was amazing. The Warriors can't match up with him. He has too much size, and
strength.
You guys, man, I think you attacked the rim like. Steph Curry was 5 of 6, that's 6 points. Jimmy Butler was 12 of 14, so that's 6 plus 14, 20. Draymond Green was 1 of 2, so that's 22. So that's 22 times. That's 22 times you attack the rim. That tells me that you guys are not aggressive enough. You guys are settling for jump shots and for threes.
Aggressive enough is Steven Adams is gonna send it to the second row. Like he blocked Jimmy, he blocked Steph, he blocked Dre, he blocked Podziemski. Literally the whole roster got a block.
Yeah.
So technically now you're afraid, and that's what I'm saying. Throw Jonathan Kuminga out there and Trez Jackson Davis.
Yeah, man, bro. Like everyone is saying, what's happening to Jonathan Kuminga? Rockets is a young and athletic team, and the Warriors need someone like Kuminga. But it seems like, man, Steve Kerr, bro. Like did the same thing with Jason Tatum, bro. Like
this guy has a history.
Because I feel like. Let me not shout. I feel like Kuminga is like the best player, like not best player, but like he's young and athletic, and he can attack, put some pressure on this guy's defense, because when Curry is not playing well, because 29 points you think it's good, but let that not fool you. He took like 16 threes, 6 of 16. It was not effective tonight, and by the time you have to make 16 shots just to get to 29 points, then you're struggling. But yeah, I know he's having a problem with an injury, but guess what? It's the playoffs, and we don't care. So obviously, and even he said in a press conference before, he's absolutely not caring about that. But the Warriors need to get it together. They need to get it together.
It's a Steve Kerr problem.
Yeah, it's a Steve Kerr problem. I mean, it feels like if these minutes when like the game is done and he brings in like the second unit, he doesn't even bring Kuminga to get his rhythm. It's bringing in Chris Santos, freaking Post, and guys like this I've never seen before. Instead of Kuminga to get some rhythm back, and I'm like, what is going on with what is actually going on? I think you need someone like him,
I feel like they kicked him out of the team. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me. Because let me tell you, the game he played when Jimmy was hard, he comes in, he only gets 17 minutes.
Yeah.
He scores 7 points in 17 minutes. 17 minutes is nothing, but he still gives you 7 points. Guess what? He holds Jalen Green on 3 attempts.
Yeah, 3 something.
Next. And now I'm like, bro, this guy is giving you defense and offense at the same time. And you're giving him a DNP the next game simply because apparently him and Jimmy on the court doesn't work. You could say the same goddamn thing. Looney and Jimmy on the floor doesn't work, but you put them out there. But I feel like if you put in, like, imagine Trez Jackson Davis, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, right? Steph Curry, and Podziemski, right? You throw in a second guard. That's a good matchup. And now this is how you sub out. Take out Trez, bring in Quinn and Post for the shooting. Now this is more space for you. And then Jonathan Kuminga for Podziemski. Right now you have Stephen Post and Jimmy who can score on both levels, and you only have 2 non-shooters. But I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, and this is what it feels to me, Malcolm. It feels like they're saying, Jonathan Kuminga, you refuse to sign a contract this year. Guess what? We're not going to play you.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a money thing. I feel like this is,
man,
it doesn't make any sense.
Coaches are really, really stubborn because they would rather lose their way than win your way. That's how stubborn they are. And if they want Kuminga to get out of the rotation, they can easily, you rather lose than bring Kuminga in. They're not adjustable, they're not flexible. Look at JJ Redick. I mean, for me, apart from me tells me that the whole starting thing or second half, part of me tells me that it was a must-win game, and he cannot rely on his bench, so I'm okay with it. that people say he was being stubborn. But the game we played like yesterday, but one, like we needed a center badly, and he didn't bring in Jackson Hayes. He brought in someone who has been injured for 43 games and who hasn't played in the Lakers before instead of Jackson Hayes. So it just feels like they rather lose their way than to be adjustable and to swallow their pride. But the Kuminga thing, I don't get. But like I said, when the commentator was saying this, I was like, hey man, it reminds me of Jason Tatum. Like this Steve Kerr guy has like history of this weird decision making.
And my
He's gotten
problem
away with
is,
it because of Steph Curry. But Steph Curry, man, when he's being held to like ineffectivity like tonight, you're going to see like underperformances from the team.
I just don't feel good, man, because they are relying in these screwed statistics. But I feel like, do you know why I like Ty Lue?
Mm.
Ty Lue doesn't care about statistics. He's more of a field guy, right? I'm in a game, okay, what's working? He'll throw in somebody what looks completely wrong, and this somebody will come and do wonders, and you'll be like, wait, Ty Lue, wait a minute, what you did was smart. But it's
Bro,
not.
tell him in bitches Kawhi, like when they need points, bro. Like see that, bro. You're
No,
costing us.
Ty Lue doesn't care about statistics, and that's what's one thing that is best about him. And he's been a player that I don't know.
Yeah,
He just has a way to him, a swag to him
yeah.
that these other coaches don't. But
He's
I
the
feel
best
like
coach.
Steve Kerr has been.
Steve Kerr is stubborn. He's stubborn. He's really stubborn. But man, the Warriors struggled in the fourth quarter today, man. Like they were down. A game was kind of in and out. Yeah, it was 5 points. Whenever I check the score in the first three quarters, 5 point lead for Rockets. They go back down to 3, then back to 7, then back to 2. So they went into the fourth quarter 2 points ahead Rockets. But they really struggled. There was a point it was like 3:30 left in the ball game, and they only scored 4 points from field goals. 4 points, like as in two shots. But the rest were just like barely any free throws, and they really struggled. They couldn't buy a bucket because they were junking up threes. I don't know what they're trying to do. Maybe because they wanted to get the lead much closer. But the thing about playing at home, bro, like that's why I feel like it's better to be a villain on the road, because at home the on if the road, if you're playing at home and the road team like sucks the atmosphere out of the arena, like you can feel it, like the nerves from the fans now be sucked out, and they're now quiet now. Every single turnover you hear the every single shot miss you hear like the so they suck it out. This, like when they're doing offense, like let's go Celtics, it becomes like a smaller tone voice, like it sucks out like on the road team, because the road team has like
Only
it's just
only
playing
one player,
freely.
only one fan in the standings. Let's go Celtics. Other people, no one is responding.
Exactly, that's the problem of playing the road. So in the fourth quarter, they couldn't buy a bucket. The Rockets, they played absolutely amazing. I mean, Fred VanVleet for the past 2 3 games, he kind of struggled the first 2 games, but now he's been amazing.
No, but that's
Fred
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
VanVleet.
saying, Malcolm. There has been adjustment, but Steve Kerr is not adjusting because in the first two quarters, I mean, the first games, guess who they were putting the ball in hands? Jalen Green. They realized we are stopping Jalen Green, so let's go to the Van Vliet. And Van Vliet is such a good player that
They're leaving him open,
and I don't care, man. Sometimes I
and he
just
has
feel
the
like I want to
experience.
slap somebody. Sometimes Podrimsky will go in help to give up a three on Van Vliet. He has been shooting lights out, and you leave him open in the corner. Are you crazy?
Yeah,
Or you know that he likes the transition pull up on the three. I'm not giving up that. I'm going all the way in his space. Go to the two. Maybe I will block it. Maybe I won't. To make it two, not a three. And now you
yeah,
have the rhythm. And now you, come on, man. I don't
yeah.
get it. And
Now listen,
that
bro.
fourth
Like
quarter, that fourth
the
quarter.
the Rockets, bro. The Rockets are 3-1 down before the last 2 games. But I watched the games. The Rockets were not far away from winning like 2 out of those 3 games they lost, man. Like for me, I feel like the experience of Warriors kind of edged it before. Like if like there was a time, I don't remember if it was game 3 or game 4. But man, if the Rockets had a real closer like a KD, they win some of those games. They don't go to 3-1. They're not three
No,
one
they
down.
win all of them.
They
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 win
don't
all
really
of
have
them.
they don't really have a closer, like someone you can put the ball in their hands. You don't really know who their best player is. You don't know if it's Jalen Green or if it's Operation Goon or if it's or if it's Fred VanVleet. So they kind of remember that shot that it was a very bad call when they put the ball in Operation Mutan and Draymond Green was on him and he to like spin over and like try to hit over Draymond Green. It was a really bad like play. And I get it, worst case you can do is overtime. But it was a really bad play. Like he attacked the rim, but he was kind of on the free throw line and was trying to hook the ball from there. It was a bad call. But they don't really have that closer, and yet they were like up five. But they don't really have that guy. If they had like a guy like a KD, like someone who can close for them, but that's why they lost. That's why I feel like they lost like 3 games, like 2 of those 3 games at least. If they had a real closer, they could have won those games. But hey, they put it in their own hands. They went 3-1 down. They lived to fight for. They took it to 3-2. Now they said, "Oh hey, that's a chance. Let's go to Warriors, see if we can stay alive." Now they've stayed alive, and now it's 3-3. Now they say we could not have asked for any better chance, being 3-1 down, bring Game 7 back to home. Let's see. I still think the Warriors might just about have that experience, especially if it comes down to the final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter or overtime. I still feel like the Warriors will have that a little bit more because I still feel like they can, because I don't think Steve Adams will be this dominant again. And I also don't think Steph Curry will be this ineffective like the way he was today. I don't think he can do back-to-back stinkers. So I still think that the expectations that man, ain't nobody trying to watch Rockets versus Wolves, bro. Like
Yeah, but let me tell you something. I give up. Do you know why? Do you know why I give up? It's because tonight you had a chance, yeah? And guess what you do? You lose the first quarter, lose the second quarter, win the third quarter, and you think you're going to win a game. You pump so much confidence in these kids. They're like, oh, dang, we're leading the first quarter? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We on the road? Second quarter? Wait a minute. Oh, shoot, they just won the third quarter by 2 points? Damn, let's close this thing up, right? So this is what I don't like. If you the Warriors, come out. If it requires you to kill. But come out, make a statement. But they couldn't play. And I don't know what's wrong with their defense right now. They've tried this, they've tried the zone, but because Steven Adams is so big in Sengun, they just put it in the post and
they put Sengun and Adams still in the lineup.
That's what I'm saying. Bring in some size. But look, I know we might win a game 7 just because of our experience, but I'm not convinced going into the Wolves series, because remember what happened with the Sacramento. We go game 7, we are all tired, and now the Lakers are waiting for us to beat us, right? It's going to be the same thing. You're going to finish this game 7 whether you win it, and then you go to Wolves and they're going to beat you because they're still they're waiting for us.
Resting. Yeah, from Wednesday. Yeah,
it's going to be a whole week after this game 7, right? So it's not a good look for the Warriors. Closing it tonight would have been so much better.
So much better, yeah.
Days off.
Mr. Chance. And it's because you're going to a game 7 on the road. So, I mean, like I said, it doesn't really matter like in the road or at home, really, in the NBA.
Do you know why I'm mad? It's not that we are going on a game 7 on the road. I'm mad on the fact that Jonathan Kuminga didn't even get 5 minutes in the garbage time. Some reason.
Everyone is saying
and even last game.
Yeah, man, Steve Kerr, bro. Like I told you, I'm not surprised. Everyone is saying that, like the coaches, the commentators, like.
No, but Malcolm, even garbage time, man. Even garbage.
Yeah,
personal.
Brilliant guys, I don't know. Personal. Let him get some rhythm, but I don't think he wants to play. And he's definitely not going to play him. And yet they need someone like an Andrew Wiggins, like a Kuminga. Hey, let's see how it goes. Another elimination game has come. If Klay Thompson was here,
you know how I was feeling when I saw him not play Jonathan in that second quarter when they clearly needed some size. I remembered something. I remembered when we were at Vitz and we were being beaten so much. And I looked at our bench and the only person I saw was Daniel Lewis. And I'm like, because I saw Daniel Lewis, I'm like, man, Daniel Lewis, come, someone is tired, come. But I'm like, if I was able to bring in Daniel Lewis when I'm losing, why can't you bring in Jonathan Kuminga? Like, tell me the goddamn, like, It don't like Malcolm. I don't know if you feel what I'm feeling right now because I know you're not a fan of the Warriors like that, like I am. But like, if you put yourself in my like imagine LeBron is benched,
LeBron can be
or
benched, but LeBron is better than Kuminga.
I'm saying in that situation, like
But LeBron cannot be benched when it matters.
okay,
It's a
Jackson
bad
Hayes, the way
example.
he was benched in that quarter.
Who?
Jackson Hayes.
Yeah, I feel your pain. But listen, even bro, Jackson Hayes, even bro, everyone is JJ Redick, Jackson Hayes. But even if Jackson Hayes played, let's face it, we are still losing. So I mean, I don't really. I
But
get that
you never know when
criticism.
you don't try it, do you?
I know, but like the thing about being a coach is that you make decisions like they either go well or they go bad, and you gotta take the blame for both. When it goes right, you take the praise, you're the best coach in the world. When it goes the wrong way, you have to take the fall, you have to take the hits. So I don't mind the decisions that JJ Redick made in the playoffs because I don't really think it came down to him. Like that, it's like he needs help. He needs help, and Luka needs help. LeBron needs help from other guys. So
No,
I don't really.
absolutely, absolutely. We can
I
never
don't.
judge JJ. I think it's Rob
I,
Pelinka that we must judge for
Rob
not
Pelinka
providing
is going to
enough
win.
players.
Is going to win GM of the year. He's even gotten a new contract extension, but he has a job to do. He has a real job to do, and it's good to hear him today because he spoke. It's good to hear him say that yes, we need some help. We need to buy some centers. We need to help these guys because LeBron is doesn't know, man. Like he's edging. He's edging. So and Luka cannot play defense. So you want to build a team like you. Do you want
Man,
to build like? Do
no,
you want to
Malcolm.
build?
Let's talk about this before you even go there.
Yeah.
Do you
Talk
think,
about.
and speak like not just like a Lakers fan, speak like a man who understands basketball and who loves the game.
I love the game.
I understand trade-offs, offense for defense.
I
You
told
give me
you, yeah.
and I can live without with whatever you do on the defense. But Malcolm, let's talk about. Do you see Jalen Brunson?
Yeah, clutch play of the year.
But do you see how much effort he puts in the defense? He's not the
Yeah,
best defender, but you can see
it's not.
effort. Luka is
Yeah,
standing. Luka
look
is
at
standing.
man. He's like with the blow bys. He leads the league in the blow bys. And like they seek him out every time in the pick and roll. Man, he needs to get in shape. We need to build a team around him. I don't know. We need to sign like 3 centers. Like we need to sign a Jonas Valanciunas, Miles Turner, and one
No,
more
you're not
big
getting my son.
because
Whatever you do.
Miles Turner is actually an unrestricted free agent this year.
But do you know what it will
So
cost
if
you?
by August his contract is not extended, he's eligible to join the Lakers, baby. Just
Let me
pay
ask you.
him.
You don't have.
So
I don't think with when you pay Luca the max, you don't have enough money for the cap space to bring Miles Turner.
yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. But Luka isn't going to be paid this max right now, the super max right now. He's going to resign with the Lakers, but like it's not a time for him to. I think it comes in 2 years when he's eligible. That's why that trade, like he was disappointed in the trade as well. But LeBron is really we're waiting for LeBron to decide if he wants to stay or go because if he goes, he gives us 50 million like cap space. You know what I mean? So that would be good. That could be good. You could get like 3 centers. Man, just bring back a championship winning squad. Some athletic role players who can score both ends, and some bench. You know, the guys like Miles McBride in the New York Knicks. You know, guys like DeAndre Hunter in like Cavs, like guys who can come off the bench, or Peyton Pritchard, guys like that, and give you some production. Not just and two-way players, because the only two-way player we have is Jared Vanderbilt. Sorry, is Dorian Finney-Smith. That's the only two-way player we have.
Yeah, because I was gonna be like,
Only,
Joe Donovan
only,
is not a two-way. He's a
only,
one-way.
bro. Because LeBron, he would have been a two-way player because he's like one of the best two-way players of all time. But he's 40.
Yeah,
He's not gonna sit in the chair anymore. You know, and
I
like
think
remember that
job defensively.
the game of when he played the 46 minutes, like he was resting on offense. He shot like 2 shots in the fourth quarter and he was off for 2. But he was coming up big on defense. So Luka is a one-way player. Austin Reeves is a one-way player. And the other guys all from the bench, the Vandos, the Gavis are one-way players on defense. So we need some two-way players like Dorian Finney-Smith, who can give you
I
5
feel like
points a
you
night.
guys should have gotten like Cam Johnson from the Knicks. No,
So that's what I'm saying.
from the Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Cam
but
Johnson is another
yeah,
two-way guy and who can shoot.
the Lakers, Rob Pelinka has a job to do. We need at least 2 centers, two big, two. one center who's athletic, who can like lob and dunk, who can run up and down, who can block, dunk, rebound, like a smart. No, one center who's athletic, who can give you lobs, who Luka can lob too, and another center who can actually rim protector, all crash the defensive rebounds, crash them. We don't even need to draw plays for you. You don't even need to have 5 points a night. Just give me 10 rebounds a night. 10 rebounds.
Like Steven Adams.
Exactly. Someone like that. So, but let's see how it goes, because now the question is, are Lakers now going to the offseason? Are they going to plan that the signings they're going to make? Because the last offseason last year we didn't do anybody. That's why we're kind of shocked that JJ Redick was able to pull this weird squad from Davenham, from that number 8 seed, to now be this in the 3rd seed. So we're kind of shocked. But that's why we're saying, is this offseason trades, are they going to be like for Luka's future, or like LeBron right now, championship winning squad? Are you going to buy like players for LeBron right now? Because the next year or two, like LeBron is going to be Father Time is going to catch up really, really, really big time. And
I feel like if you go like in a market like Wizard and you get a Marcus Smart, now you got it kind of two-way.
Man, Smart, bro. Didn't even go to like Japan or something, bro. I don't. This guy, bro.
Marcus Smart is somewhere in DC.
But he was good. Which team was he in before he went to the Grizzlies? Yeah, he was really good.
No, he's good. It's the only problem is because he has he's like Dylan Brooks. He does a lot of Draymond Green, Dylan Brooks. They're like the same, him and Marcus Smart. So he does a lot of yappa. But he is a good
defender. But you know, Jaylen Brown, I'm eyeing out on him because the Celtics might trade him.
After they win, you're crazy.
No, Andy, because the financial cap space, they are $70 million over the cap. So that's why they're waiting. That's why they want to win this year, because they're going to disassemble the squad. They either have to lose Jaylen Brown, or they have to like trade away Jrue Holiday and Derek White or OKP, like, because like the Celtics,
they might go with the
new management, like that is they're going to definitely lose some of those big players. So I'm eyeing out on Jaylen Brown because he hasn't really been great.
It's crazy here. We are sitting talking about off-season already. A couple of weeks ago, we're talking about who's going to the finals.
But Giannis also is other team to eye out on. Miami's been struggling. Ja Morant. So Ja Morant said he's fine in the West, but he actually is not. He needs to go to the East. Where it's so much easier. This guy, since he said he's fine in the West, he's if
you bring Ja in LA, it's gonna be good.
No, we don't want him. Well, go to Eastern Conference, like Miami, like that.
Lakers. I mean, LA Clippers.
Clippers.
Yeah.
I don't want him anywhere near LA. I want him to go to because he's not fine in the West. He literally said he's fine in the West. Since then, first round exit and not in the playoffs twice. Since he said he's fine in the West. Money ain't fine in the West, bro.
It's been too much stuff about him. It's not about the play. But anyways, man, let's see if the Warriors can pull this off. Denver Nuggets versus Clippers Game 7. It's gonna
Denver plays today. Denver plays tonight. I can't wait for this game tonight. Who you think will win?
I am going with the Clippers. There is no way.
Man, it will be fascinating if Clippers win, because Denver won game 1, then Clippers won the next 2 games. Now Denver's won the next 2 games to go up 3. Now the next 2 games. Now Clippers also won that. Like if Clippers win today, they'll have won for the next 2 games. 1-2-2-2-2. 1-2-2-2-2. It'll be fun. But I also want the Clippers to win. Man, I can't have Denver in the Western Conference Finals, man. Because if Denver is in the Conference Finals, then OKC Denver, it's the first time actually it's about OKC. So I don't like OKC. I disrespect them. So I'm hoping that actually like the Clippers can win. For us,
I actually feel like OKC might go far than we actually thought.
Everyone thinks OKC is going to like come out of that.
But if they get the Clippers, it's not an easy out with the Clippers.
Man, bro, OKC, I still don't rate them, but like I don't know, man. But anyways, I guess I have to say to believe. But Did you see Jalen Brunson yesterday? Man, I've been telling you guys, bro. This guy is
I mean,
good.
I ain't never talk about Bronson out like that. I like even when we play them, I'm like, please, God,
This
find
guy,
someone to put on.
he's so clutch. He is actually, man. I've never seen anyone more clutch than him. Like I've never. Yeah, if you're 60 years old, you'll say like Kobe Bryant, but I've never seen Kobe Bryant play, obviously. But in
I
terms
mean,
of how I've
listen,
watched when I've
Kobe,
watched basketball,
Kobe was clutch,
I've never seen anyone more clutch than Brunson. Like
but he's
personally, that's my
but at his
opinion.
but at Branson's size to be that clutch, it's a
Yeah,
different
man.
story.
And the Knicks are
And
actually
Kobe, there is
struggling.
no question. I have listen me. I have gone back and watched all their games, and you'd see how Kobe would pick and choose his spots. It was beautiful. But Branson, at his size, you cannot. It's out of. It's I don't know. It's beautiful. It's like
Man,
fantastic.
Dude is clutch, bro. He's clutch. He's so clutch. Um, but yeah,
Anyways, man, let's see what happens.
see what
Uh,
happens tonight and tomorrow. You
yeah,
know,
but yeah, these game sevens are gonna be fun. They are
yeah.
going to be fun.
And then
I am so
after,
anxious and worried, and I don't know because I don't know what's gonna happen
nah,
with
I
the
don't think
Warriors.
you should be. I think you guys are good, man. Ain't nobody trying to win the world, but
Yeah, but
you
but
bet
but
the coach.
that's
No, I am.
But anyways, I was saying, bro, everyone wants to see Knicks Celtics, and it's gonna be interesting.
New York Knicks, baby. Knicks in 6. Knicks in 6, Malcolm, my friend.
Um, but like I said, Anthony Edwards against Warriors, man. Anthony Edwards is actually going to be the face of the league because last year he took out KD. He took out KD. He took out David
Jalen
Booker.
Brunson, the face of the league, baby.
He took out. He took out Booker. He took
Bring
out
that
KD.
person
He
on
took
the
out.
top. Let him come and speak to the
Come,
to the.
come and speak the audience for my podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
Go.
My name is DJ. I'm from New York. Huge Knicks fan. Knicks in 6.
So give me a reason. Give me a reason. If you say Knicks in 6,
Okay, look, obviously I'm a little, biased towards my
Biased.
New York Knicks,
yeah,
but I think, look, who is the most clutch player in the playoffs right now? In the fourth quarter, who is that?
Jalen Brunson.
Exactly. Look, I say if we keep it close with the Celtics, which is very hard to do
Yeah.
because the Celtics, look, if the Celtics are beating us by 15 into the fourth quarter, we lose. If it was a close game, fourth quarter,
Within
we
5.
got a shot. If within 5 or 10, we got a shot.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson.
This is
So
what.
can I take out your heart with
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Celtics?
Let me know. Yeah.
I feel like the Pistons made Jalen Brunson look better than he actually supposed to be looking.
And
No, he's that good.
I disagree.
I'm saying like the way he was operating in the open space.
Should have double teamed him.
They should have double teamed him. No, yeah. If you're that good of a player, you got to double team. And that the guy they had on him, I don't know his name, but he is an elite.
Also
Thompson,
Yeah.
elite perimeter defender.
Yeah.
And he stopped him for 2 or 3 possessions before the final possession.
Yeah.
And just Jalen Brunson made a ridiculous move.
Yeah.
1v1. It wasn't ISO, but it was like, kind of screen ridiculous move he did. Just ridiculous.
I just think for the Knicks to get anything out of this series, it's gonna be what is his name? Cat.
Cat. Yes, no. I think Cat's got to do better because Cat cannot have 10 points and then foul out in the fourth quarter against the Celtics. I 100% agree. If Cat's healthy and Brunson and they're both playing really, really good, they have a shot. Look, we're probably losing 6 or 7. The truth is,
Yeah.
but we got a shot
To win again.
to win it. We win more than a game. And if it's close in game 3 or 4, Jalen Brunson is the best player in the clutch. No one better than him. No Jaylen Brown. No Tatum. No one's better than him.
But you know that the Knicks are 0-4 against the Celtics,
Yes.
0-4 against the Cavs,
Which I'll be
0-2 against the Lakers, 0-2 against the OKC, 1-3 against the Pistons.
Well, the Lakers lost in 5. So Ant-Man, Superman, and Batman.
Lakers in 5. Anyways, good night, bro.
Thank you.
Good night. Anyways, bro, like I was saying, ain't nobody trying to see Rockets team up. So Warriors gonna get it together, bro.
I mean, most definitely.
Bro, imagine Anthony Edwards beating Jokic and Murray, KD and Booker, Luka and LeBron, two of the best players of the league. Now he's going to take out Steph and Jimmy Butler, bro. Damn, bro, like this guy is going to be the face of the actual league, bro. And he has that aura. Oh, face of the league now,
and again, if we get past these Rockets, which I have like a 40% feeling that we're going to manage because they have scared me after what they did tonight, because we look just like babies. We look like we don't have enough to compete. When we get to the Wolves, I've been trying to think, what is our advantage? We don't have
the Wolves are bigger, they're younger, they are faster.
Now, this is what I thought. I thought if Steve Kerr stops being ridiculous and actually plays players that match up with the Wolves, we have the chance.
But what are you going to pick your poison to? Jaden McDaniels? Because if you pick that,
so like I think our
who will pick your poison to be the bench or Anthony Edwards? Like, will you let Anthony Edwards score 40 or let him? I don't want Anthony Edwards to score 20 at all. I want him to struggle. I want him to score a nice average.
No, tire him out.
Tie him out on defense?
Yes. Make him defend your best player because I know he likes it. But with the vision that you're going to take him out first. But I know Minnesota will not do that. They will try to protect him and put him on the weakest player and send him to play. I think where we can pick our poison is let Julius Randle cook you. Not on the three, but on those posts. If
don't let him bang you.
Let him be single coverage. Because deny because this is why I say deny this guy.
Nasrid.
If you don't
McDaniels.
deny him, he's not the one who's gonna beat you. You're gonna double team him and you're gonna empower the rest of the squad. But if you're Julius Randle, you can single cover him. Sometimes he's lefty hook, sometimes they don't go in. You just get an offensive rebound. But if you are going to be so good and choose your poison, do not literally. You see how they play Steph Curry? Face guard Anthony Edwards. Face guard him all game, 94 feet. Don't put the ball in his hands, because the only thing I have realized with Anthony Edwards, he doesn't know how to play off the ball. He is the worst. He is like Luka. Off the ball, they are so bad. They don't do movements. They want to stay there. Either the ball is in their hands. Yes, they can go for layups and cuts, but they are so bad off the ball that you can beat him off the ball. Now, if you are going to also play so well, is pick your poison and try to bring in Quinn and Post, who will draw out Gobert on the three because he can shoot the three, right? Otherwise, you have no chance, because if you bring in another person who can shoot threes, Rudy is going to stay inside.
Man, the Wolves, when they go small without Gobert, they play with McDaniels and Julius Randle, and Julius Randle is 6'9", McDaniels is 6'9", and Nasrid is 6'11", and that's their small lineup. That's scary. And Ant is 6'7" as well, so that's their small lineup if they go small.
And so that's the problem. That's what I say. I don't want to pick a poison with Nas. Nas still does in the past.
Nas, bro, if you leave Nas wide open in the corner, man, it's automatic.
No, I think the idea is do not let Anthony Edwards have any assist. At least he can have.
Yes, and I want to bring up that point. I want to bring that point because if he has assist, it means he's feeding other guys, and other guys, it means they're really, really scoring. So even if he gets 40 points, you don't care. 40 points, 5 assists, I can live with that. But if he has 30 points and 10 assists, you can't live with that. Because not only is he going off, even other guys are feeding off of him, So you want to make sure that you limit his assists, Anthony Edwards. And also, they're going to have a game or two whereby they're going to shoot 60% from a three. And you're going to be more shocked when they miss a three than when they actually make a three. But it's not sustainable. They're only going to have one game.
And I hate Dante DiVincenzo because he knows the Warriors. He
knows them, yeah.
Right. So I hate he's one of the best players, defenders.
He was the Warriors though, right?
Yeah. Before he went to the Knicks, he's one of the best defenders on Steph Curry. And we have shown no strength at stopping Anthony Edwards in the past. I don't know what will make us. That's what I'm saying. If you don't play Jonathan Kuminga, you are gonna lose the entire series. Gentlemen,
everyone thought the Wolves are that's over for Wolves after like losing Kat, and then they're going to play the Lakers.
You remember what I told you about the Wolves?
Bro, I told you like, literally the Wolves are the first opponent I fear. I even fear them with the Denver Nuggets and OKC. I literally told you.
Like
and
me, I saw the first, like I don't know which team they were playing, and I said this team in the playoffs.
But I told you. But I told you, bro, like nobody rooted for the Wolves. Like no one actually. And now the Wolves actually have the easiest path to the NBA Finals. They have the easiest path now. After beating the Lakers, after stunning them Lakers, bro. Like these Wolves guys, man. Anthony, and this is Anthony Edwards Ant. It's his best chance to go to like an NBA Finals now. It's his best chance, you know. Might as well beat them out. And now you beat Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green after beating LeBron and Luka, beaten the great, and you've beaten Jokic as well. You've beaten Jamal Murray. You've beaten KD. You've beaten Booker. Like currently active players, top 20, all of them currently active. And now you're going to beat Shea in the finals, for example, Western Conference Finals. Or you beat Kawhi and James Harden. James Harden has now won a championship, so you also beat them in the Western Conference Finals. You know that even if you don't win the NBA Finals against the Celtics, man,
when they make it to the finals, I'm not taking the Celtics anymore.
I remember you told me about this last year. I think the Mavs won.
like if the two Wolves make it out there, the Celtics goodbye. I wave because they match up so well. They have so much similarities. The size, the athleticism, it's all the same. The only difference is the 3-point shooting, but with their size, they can counter that.
Yeah.
You know,
it will be interesting to see how it goes, though.
Malcolm, please pray for the Warriors. Pray for the Warriors.
The Warriors will win, but man, if they lose, bro, they will have lost from 3-1 down, bro. Like the last team to do that was Warriors again. Ironically, the last team to go to a 3-1 lead. So it will actually be like wow, especially because like Warriors were like the overwhelming favorites to win Rockets, but man, Rockets are not going anywhere.
Again, I am not gonna take anything away from the Rockets. They are the number 2 seed. Like people need to understand that. They're not here for a fluke. It's a reason why there is a reason why they're here.
And they have a great coach, man. They have a great coach. They have good bench production from Torrey Easton, some defensive plays from Jabari Smith. You know,
we need to know where this Celtics got Ime Udoka and Joe Mazzulla, man. Like this is crazy.
Celtics are good at selecting coaches, bro.
Anyways, man, I think this is it for tonight. Let's have a look at this game 7. We'll cover them. I'll make time regardless. You know, and let's see what happens after. But I feel good. I feel good if we can get past because like the moment I feel like as much as Steve Kerr has been a lot to deal with, I feel like he's a better coach than Chris Finch. And with the Wolves, we can always pick our poison. I feel like Jimmy matches up with them so well because of their size and because they like blocking shots, so he can get them in foul trouble a little bit. But again, if you can't play Jonathan Kuminga, I'm not even sure we're going to win the last game in Houston. Have a good night. It is the game today. Thank you for making the game today. I am your guy, Claret, and he is
Malcolm Matala. Thank you guys again for joining. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, follow. Good night from me.
And good night from me.